Hey everybody, I know this is a little unexpected, but I wanted to just do a quick little video to do just a couple of things. First off, I want to thank everybody who came to the run this past weekend. I hope that you had a very enjoyable weekend with us here at Drenched for 14. I also want to give a huge thanks to everybody that helped make the weekend a success. And I can't list everyone, but obviously the committee, my guys that worked hard and busted their rumps all weekend long, they deserve every bit of recognition in hugs and tugs and the whole rest of it for everything that they did. So they already know how I feel about them, but from me to them, it was an awesome experience to help lead them, and I hope that they really enjoyed it as well, working hard to give you guys a good time. Also, in addition to that, I want to thank all our sponsors, the volunteers, our super mega volunteers, and the facilities that were involved, all the businesses, the entities. There's so many people that were involved, and it was pretty awesome. So it was highly enjoyable, even though exhausting, at least for me. That being said, in addition to the thank yous for all of that, including you guys attending, tomorrow morning is when registration kicks off. And a couple of people have been asking some questions. So I'm going to try to briefly give you guys a little bit of info. As a reminder, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern, is drenchfur.com/register. You should be able to register. Hopefully, if we don't crash the server or anything in that case. So we should have available the registration package, souvenir towel, the beer tour and the winery tour, as well as the escape room, are the basics that we're kind of considering for next year again. There may be add-ons later on, and we'll tell you about that when we get there. When you complete your registration, as you're going through it, you're going to have an option for payment. So I want to help explain this because some people have asked. There will be a pay later option. Pay later means that you are not going to do a transaction right then when you put your information in. Pay later is usually done by check or money order, and you can mail it in to us. And because we're changing the structure for next year, you can actually, you're going to be allowed quite a bit of time to be able to get your payment in. But that's not to get carried away and just kind of squat on a registration. So as soon as you can within the window of time, make sure that you send your money in that case. And then if we do not receive payment, you will move from a pending status to what's called expired. And expired in our system that we use for the registrations means you are no longer actually registered, but you are not yet canceled. That's the final status. So you kind of go from pending to expired and then to canceled. So don't freak out about that. And of course, if you have any questions, simply send us an email to registration@drenchfur.com. We'll get back to you, help answer things, including like what address to send your payment to and stuff. All of that is in your email confirmation. But if you don't get your email confirmation, let us know and we will take it from there, obviously, in that case. Also, when you complete your registration, whether you do pay now with PayPal or pay later in another method, you will get a confirmation screen. Please pay attention. Your confirmation screen reviews everything that you've already put into the system, names, addresses, all the rest of that stuff. Thanks, Joey. So the confirmation screen, you submit, like it's a final submission. It's kind of like, hey, review all this stuff. Think of it like a shopping cart online. Here's all the stuff you picked. Here's all your information. And then you submit. You then get your final screen that says, thank you for registering. And then there's going to be a link, and that link will take you through to putting in your room request. For those of you that have done it before, the process will be identical to previous years, that you will put in and select what type of a room you want with the host hotel. First option, second option. First option means this is what I want as a priority. And if that's not available, here's my second, like here's my backup choice, basically. Okay. And then you put all that in, like your dates of arrival, whether or not you think you might need a late checkout. Be sure to put any special like items in there. Like if you need a fridge for medicinal purposes, like some medicines have to be refrigerated, that kind of thing. And the hotel will do the best they can in fulfilling that. Also, those room requests will be sent to the hotel. However, we will not be processing and confirming them immediately. So this is very important to know. You're going to put in your room requests if you click that link right after you get your registration in. However, you're not going to get a call back from the hotel this week. okay, or soon. We want to calm down from Drenched for 14 and give that staff a moment to breathe. And then we still have to reconcile and close out what we've done for this year. Believe it or not, I still owe them money, or we do as the run. So I want to get all of that squared up, and then we'll prepare and start moving forward. We are booked for 15. That's not an issue. But I want to make sure that we get your room requests at least on record so we can start fulfilling them. This process means that it is going to be first come, first serve based on when you register and put in your info. It's about the best, most fair way after all these options we've tried over the years. So that's kind of where we're sitting at. Once we know that the number of room requests that have come through is going to fill the host hotel, then we will switch over the form and it'll become an overflow hotel fulfillment. And it'll basically look like the exact same request form, name, type of room, all that kind of stuff. And then only it'll be for the overflow. Now, don't freak out if you find that when you register, you get an overflow room request form to fill out. It doesn't mean an absolute guarantee that you're going to be in the overflow right away, depending on where you fall. And you won't know that because we don't have a ticker telling you which number you are in that case. So that's important to know. And also, when you get into the overflow, the priority obviously is based on your registration, like date, time stamp, and that things change over time. So people this year learned if they stayed kind of in the overflow hotel on that list until close to the run, they had maybe a potential to get into the host hotel. And that is always a possibility. And I know that for some people, it's really important they be in the host hotel and then they'll cancel, and that's perfectly fine. But for every one of those cancellations and removals, it moves other people up the line basically and makes it possible for someone further down the list to get in. So I don't want anyone to be disheartened if they think that they're, really kind of later on the list that they're not going to get in. That's not necessarily the case. You just never know what's going to take place for that. So those are kind of some of the general options when it comes to that. For everyone who has a comp coming to them, meaning a free run pass. So for example, Sean, who had gotten his from winning from the selection from the meet and greet, the volunteers are having some discounts towards that. Tonight, you're expected to get an email from us, and that will include your special codes that give you what you need for that stuff. So look for that to come through in that case. And for anybody else that's wanting to attend or looking to attend, please make sure that you put in your information. Even if, like, say you were doing something special for us this year and you want to return, whether, you're and re-engage with us the same way, like let's say you're a vendor and you know that you want to be here next year, whether you're vending or not, you should probably look to get your registration in. That way we can help lock that stuff down. And we will see what happens. People have asked me if we think we'll sell out in a day. I don't know. I'm actually not sure how I feel about that. It's very flattering that many people are very interested and they want to attend, but we work within the size and the limitations that we have. So I hope that works for you guys, and I'm looking forward to it. That in roughly 8 hours and 45 minutes exactly from when I'm recording this, we're going to go live to registration tomorrow. So I hope that helps you. That being said, thank you guys in the live video chat here for the thumbs up and the compliments on the hard work, and the compliment, Joey, on my hair. It was not intentional. I am slowly trying to catch up on my sleep, although tonight I got some more work to do for the website to knock that stuff out. Sorry. I'm hoping, James, that you come back to work with us for the run again. It would be great to have you do that. Excuse me while I have a coughing fit for a moment. Hopefully that's not the beginning of run kennel cough. But anyways, it would probably be for exhaustion. But yeah, so, and if there's anything else that you guys have questions of, please feel free to post it in the Drenched Fur group here on Facebook, or you can, again, send us an email to registration@drenched.com, and hopefully we'll get that squared up. All right. You guys have a great night. I hope everyone's getting rest and sleep, and we'll be in touch. Thanks, everybody.